Okay, so our onions are nice and soft. I'm just gonna go ahead and add the garlic, and the pan is over like a medium heat, okay? So once you add your garlic, you're gonna have to go ahead, you can let it get nice and toasted, or nice and soft, I should say, because you don't want it to burn. Then what I'm gonna do is come in with my greens, okay? Oh, that smells good already. Just go ahead and put your turnip greens down in the pan. What I'm going to do is raise the heat a little bit from medium to about medium high. We're going to mix them in, let them saute. This is the paper towel I had absorbing all the extra moisture. Okay. I'm going to be able to let you see that. And you may lose a few leaves. If they go overboard, just try to catch them. Not that one. It hit the floor. I missed it. Okay, let's get the garlic mixed in there. And remember, your greens cook down. There we go. You see them coming down? Make sure they're nice and coated with the olive oil and that nice renderings from the pancetta. Okay, now I'm going to stop real quick and just grab some seasoning. I'm going to put about a teaspoon of Grand Diamond seasoning in here. Because remember, we're going to let these cook for a few minutes. So remember, whenever you let things, that's about it. Whenever you let things cook down, all the flavors intensify. So right now I'm starting off, my greens. If I was to put too much salt in them at this point, once they're done cooking and they're all nice and rendered down, and we're left with what we're left with less than what we started with. So that it would be too salty if we salted it too soon and salted it too much. Okay. All right. So I only put a tablespoon in there. Now what I'm going to do is come in with about a half a cup of chicken broth. Okay. And that's low sodium chicken broth too, by the way. Remember, I want to be able to control the amount of salt that's going in my meal. So what that's going to do is give it a nice ability to be able to steam itself, because we're going to cover this and let it finish cooking. And remember, turnip greens are sort of peppery. So what we're going to do, just to add a hint of sweetness, I'm going to add a dab of honey. Instead of sugar, I'm just going to add a little dab of honey just to balance out those flavors a little bit. Okay. It's about a teaspoon, maybe half a teaspoon or so. All right. And before I put the lid on this and let these greens just kind of steam on their own, I'm going to put the pancetta, that nicely rendered pancetta that I rendered down earlier, put it right back in here. Okay. And we're going to put a lid on this for about 15 to 20 minutes. And remember, the pancetta also has its own level of salt. Okay. So we're going to leave that just like that. Okay. Check the heat. All right. Let's get to our chicken now. Okay. So our chicken has been over there on the side waiting to get dropped in a nice 350 degree oven, or I should say 350 degree deep fry. Okay. Drop a piece over there. And if your temperature drops a little bit, don't panic. It's going to do that. For your chicken wings, it's going to take about 8 to 10 minutes or so. And when you're deep frying, you'll always know when whatever you're frying is done, because it'll start to float to the top. So we're just going to wait. So let's take out our first batch of chicken. Starting to float up. Good thing about peanut oil is that you can clean it. You know, you can run it through a cheesecloth or a strainer, a fine mesh strainer, and you can reuse it once it's cool. Okay? Let's drop the last batch in. Then we'll give our greens a check. Okay. Let's check on these greens. Okay, so we're just going to plate up our greens. Okay. Yeah, so this is the 5 or 6 cups that we started with. You see how this renders down. So see, that was easy. Just saute them up real quick. Little chicken broth. Steam them. And that took like 20 minutes or so. Not a lot of time for a whole lot of flavor. Okay? I have some chicken over here that's already done. Just let it drain a bit on some paper towels. See, you get that nice crispy chicken. So good. Man, do I love fried chicken. I probably shouldn't like it as much as I do. Check that out. Man, make sure you go to 771tv.com. I hope you enjoy these recipes. Have a great afternoon, and I'll see you soon on Cooking at Home with Carolyn.